Okay. It appears that I am in fact live. So let me do a quick thing here. I wanted to look at, here we go, chat. There, I can see that now. And so I can bring that closer. All right. Hey, just Calvin. Armand, how's it going, man? Elijah, hey, man. Okay. Oh, you know what? That's right. We're all here. So I think everybody knows what the timers are for, but just in case people don't. The pest timer is I take a break every 20 minutes for myself. Greedy timer is that's when I do commercials. And the evil timer is the end of the show, which will be at 10:20. These ones will kind of get out of sync, so they won't be exactly 20 and 40 minutes just because of, whatever it happens. But the show will end at 10:20. Anyway, so let me get over here to comments again. Aloha, just Calvin. Quan, okay. Right on. Thanks, Crisp. Was it Crisp the Comfy? Cool. Hey, James, how's it going, man? Okay, so it seems like, oh, you know what, I just have the windows moved around. All right, you can just go there. You can come over here. How do I want to do this? Let's put you back this way, I guess. All right. Too many windows, that's all. And see what else we have here. Hey, Rafe, how's it going? Hey, Matt. Oh, thanks, man. I mean, that you like the biography thing, that's cool. I mean, it's kind of weird that, it is an odd experience to sit and kind of just go, because, it's one thing to reminisce, but then, and even to talk about it, but when you're just sort of, I kind of became aware of, that I was talking to myself. You know what I mean? It was just weird. I don't know why, but. Well, I'm glad that, what is this, Aaron Prince? So I'll just say Aaron because I'm lazy. So hopefully, yeah, the whole evening will be calm and chill and all of that. Although sometimes I do get a little rambunctious now and again about, I don't know, some kind of silly topic or another. So what should I start with tonight? I think I'm going to just do, I'm going to do some, going to move to this. I'm going to do some of this. So now let me, I guess I'll do that this way. All right. So I think most of you know how this goes. I'm just trying to crack a 4-color code. And you just, put guesses of the colors. You choose them down here and place them here. I always just start off one at a time. And it'll tell you whether you have them in the right place or if it's just in the puzzle but not in the right place. So red means that it is in fact in the puzzle and the correct place. Obviously when you do these, all 4 of them, it'll always be, like that. Until you put multiples or what are the duplicates, then you'll get more than one. But anyway, I think you get the idea. And okay, so yellow will stay in one of those 3. Blue will move. I'll stick in green. Okay, so which one? I'm going to say it was green, and I'll keep moving both blue and yellow. And then now we'll throw in pink. Nope, so pink's not in it. It could still be that this was correct. And it's that yellow goes there, blue goes there, and we did pink, so now let's move to white. Nope, okay, so that's not right. Oh wait, there's some comments that have happened. Let me go get to that. Okay. Yeah, Mastermind. right? That's why I'm... Okay, and... Oh, wow, you guys already have your crowns going on. So it looks like Quan is #1 right now. Hey, Retro, how's it going? I've been okay, man. Hope you have been the same. You can let us know in the chat. Hey, James, how's it going? Yeah, I like that. I'm going to have to do something with those caves. I don't know how I'm going to work those out, James, but yeah, something's got to happen with the caves, huh? Hey, Elijah, how's it going? Okay, cool. Everybody seems to have liked the mind test thing. So, okay, anyway, now that I'm more or less caught up on the comments, I'm going to go back to my game here. All right, so we know it can't be green because we've just tried everything here. So that means it was one of these two. Okay. So how did I do that? This isn't making any sense to me. Oops, got another comment. You know what I'll do is when I'm reading the comments, I'll go back to here too. Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad you came by for your birthday, Retro. Everybody wish, Retro a happy birthday, man. Oh, Quan already beat me to it. Oh, wow. So, Quan, Retro, and who's #2? Elijah. There you guys go. Those are the three. I'm not sure what YouTube wants me to, encourage everybody to, do whatever, but it is what it is. I'm going to go back, see if I can. Oops, nope, Bill, come back. What are you doing? Let's go back now, go here, and then now go here. There we go. Got to do it in the right order, man. So I think I did something screwy here. Because this says... Oh, I think it was this screen, maybe. That was right. Right, and then... maybe this blue and this yellow. Right? Okay, and then now I'll need not white, let's put in the black. Okay, right, that's, yeah, that was driving me crazy. Boy, that wouldn't have worked the way it should have. Anyway, so now we know what it is. Put the purple here. And we'll just fill in the blanks. And here we go. And like that. Voila. Okay, let's go back to here. Let me go back to here. Let's go back to here. Here we go. And okay, retros. Wow. So if you went to an Italian restaurant, was it one of those ones where they do the, where it's more family style, you know what I mean, where they bring it out and it's like kind of all a big thing in the middle and everybody just sort of digs in. I like those types of places. It's always been, yeah, that kind of stuff I think is pretty groovy. I think I'm going to do is, I'll do some, I don't know, whether I'll do some babbling or whatever, but how about some brushing? So I guess I will brush over there while I, got myself in an odd position this time, didn't I? How is the volume for everybody? I just realized that I have everything at a very different angle from usual. So it's probably affecting the sound. So. Cool, I love lasagna. I'm a big fan of lasagna. Hey Armin, how's it going? Welcome to the stream, man. Okay, cool. Thanks, Quan. And we'll do some babbling over here while I do that thing over there. There's some brushing over there. And some whispering over here. Maybe a little bit of soft speaking at the same time. And switch around a little bit. Do some soft speaking over here and some brushing over there. You know, I'm struck with the impulse to do some beard brushing. And then, of course, tapping on the back of the beard brush, because that's also a popular noise to do the ASMR thing. There we go. Oh, thanks, Retro. Yeah, I got it. Well, actually, I got it online from Amazon. And because, well, I'm pretty much bald on the top of my head, except for this weird wispy nonsense. Well, you guys have all seen my wispy nonsense here at the front, which drives me nuts, frankly. I wish it would just go away, but you know, it's silliness aside. I usually wear a hat when I'm out of doors. I have this Tilly hat. It's these Canadian outdoor hats, which I really quite like, and they're virtually indestructible. Anyway, but it's not always the the most appropriate thing. But I want to be able to have something to wear on the top of my head, because so that my bald head doesn't get sunburned and stuff like that. So they were pretty cheap, and it was like a pack of 4 basic little knit caps that, skull caps. That's what they called them, skull caps. But there's like a black one. I think this is the black one, and then there's a blue one, a gray one, and one that's kind of a greenish olive drab sort of color. I picked black because, well, I'm doing not green screen, but actually blue screen instead, because I saw this YouTube thing. I don't remember if it was from the YouTube creators thing, but it was one of those types of things, giving you information about how to better make videos. Anyway, and apparently blue screen has some advantages over the green screen, and specifically that because it's a smaller wavelength of light, you can get tighter on the edges of stuff. And I thought, since my beard is such a weird mess, I thought maybe it would help with my beard and hair and that kind of thing. And I don't know, it does. I don't know, I just think it seems to be working a little bit better since I've been using the blue screen. So anyway, I had a lot of shirts that were blue and stuff in them, so I thought, anyway, so I just picked black, because I figured that's, that's just, it's not any of them. Anyway, I got stuff happening here. Things are moving around. And okay, now I have to look at the comments. All right, so what happened here? Okay. Okay, Armin, volume's great. Thanks. Thanks about the cap. Right. Thanks, MSC. That's funny. Hey, Rob. How's it going, man? Yikes, sore from, I could imagine carrying boxes around. Okay, it looks like I'm caught up with everybody now, so let's get back to, what was I doing? I was doing the beard brush, wasn't I? Way too much stuff. Yeah, my mom was the same way, but I think that's a mom thing, though, isn't it? My favorite part about living in California. I don't know. It's hard for me to say because I grew up in California, you know. I was born here, so it's kind of what I'm accustomed to, so there's that. But the weather and geography is really, really nice here, I have to say that. And for the most part, people are okay, but I mean, I'm not all that well-traveled, but I find that mostly people are okay, you know what I mean? If you treat people decently and with respect and kindness, they tend to respond similarly, you know? It kind of seems to be, you know, a thing, but yeah, anyway. But yeah, I don't know, I guess I'd have to say the weather and geography, because we have a pretty amazing collection of that sort of thing here in California. And okay, let me see, it looks like comments are happening again. Okay, here we go. Up, 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 up. Well, you know, stay as long as you can, Quan. You know, it's all good. Oh, wow. Well, don't get caught, man. I don't want you getting fired for, you know, being here while you're at work. Okay, I think I'm caught up now. Let's get back to, you know, I think I've brushed the beard enough for a minute. Oh, it looks like we're getting down to the first break, so that'll be coming up soon. All right, so this first break is just a break. I'm just going to get up, and so you'll see the be right back thing, and then I'll get up and stretch my legs and whatever. So, but there won't be a commercial this time. It'll just be me being absent for, I don't know, a minute or so. Maybe a little bit more, but not much. I just have to stand up and go hang from my bar and decompress my back. Oh, that's cool, you know, so you can comfortably work without the fear of getting caught. I used to like working from home now and again, like when I was doing that computer contracting thing. Oops, missing comments again. You know, Rob, it will catch up to you, you know, at some point. Thanks, Retro. Yeah, I've been kind of tinkering with that. Fractive, I think, is the name of the software that I've been just fiddling with. It's a pretty simple, where you can make Julia sets off of the Mandelbrot set, and then play with the color gradient. It does more than that, but that's all I've been really playing with lately. Yeah, you're right, MSC. They're very, very different between North and Southern California. Oops, here we go. A break's about to happen. All right, so here we go, and I will be back with you guys momentarily. Okay, we're back. And let's see. Evil timer has spawned 2 offspring. Yeah, I guess in a way it has, you know. Well, yeah, dude, get yourself a more appropriate, you know, job for your current mentality, man. If you want to kick back, then find a job that lets you be less physical. Yeah, you know, and being around pets is a fun thing. I mean, I like hanging out with the pooches upstairs. I mean, although I don't own any myself, I just, you know, that's just fine for me. I get all the fun parts about hanging out with them, but I don't have to pay for vet bills or buy their food or any of that. Yeah, it comes a time, I think, when people realize that money's not the be all and end all, you know. Certainly it's a useful thing in our society, but hey, Ruby, how's it going? Thanks for coming by. And love back to the UK from California. Okay, you know, I'm going to go back to doing some tapping. Oh, I don't know. Probably try to keep up with the comments and responding, and who knows what else I'll babble about. Well, you know, Jen, it's going to be mostly go with the flow. That's kind of what I do usually. There will be some sort of collection of triggers. Oh, and I forgot to turn off my fridge, so yeah. Maybe I'll do it on the next break. So, you know, probably like tapping on stuff. There's, of course, the crinkle bag. So, you know, I'll be revisiting all that kind of stuff. You know, trying to keep up with the chat, of course, which I'm not always very good at, so I'll apologize for that. But what else? Oh, and of course, you know, I might play some. I've already done a little bit of Mastermind, so I might do some more of that. I might play some Octortle. Oh, did I do today's dailies? I don't think I've done today's daily Octortle, so maybe I'll do that. Because I don't always play the Octortle ones. I play Wordle almost every day. And I play Wordle almost every day. Oops, looks like comments are happening. Caves of Cud. I'll have to look into that one. I don't know what that is. I will probably do some more expanding. Right now, all of my new gaming energy is going into the mind test stuff. But yeah, I will probably eventually add more stuff in. But I can only do so many gaming videos, you know what I mean? Because I want to do other stuff too. I don't want to just be, gaming. Oh yeah, what was that guy's issue about GTA, man? Yeah, that was hilarious. I mean, I suppose at the time I was actually getting to be a little uncomfortable. I was like, dude, come on. But the good thing is obviously this is all remote, so I don't really have to feel any physical anxiety about anything like that. But the truth is, I have very little emotional anxiety as well, mostly just because, the way you guys respond is, I don't really need to worry about it, So I'm always happy about that. Thank you. Well, hey, thanks, Reptile. Yeah, he did. He did. I shut him. I turned him off. I think you're right, Retro. Hey, Saya. I'm doing well, and yourself? Okay, lay the trigger idea on me. Yeah, you're right, Retro. I almost never have any trouble here. It's only been a couple of times. That's why that one guy stands out so badly, because it was like, it's like, dude, can't you just tell from the rest of the chat? Nobody was like, it's like you were kind of on your own, man. Anyway, let's say we can drop that. Yeah, James, it was a while back, though. Oh, you mean just finger tracing on it, like to just, do my finger over it like this kind of a thing? Let me find a better way of holding it, maybe, and I can... Maybe I need to... I'm fearful of getting things too close to the camera because it misreads my gestures all the time. So I don't know. I don't ever really do these sort of visual things. I don't know if that's really successful for anybody or not. Got to try to figure out a way of So we'll do a little bit of tracing, and then I'll do a little tapping, and then I'll do a little bit of tracing, and then no, I haven't done chess. I mean, I know how to play it. I mean, I know the rules, and how the all the pieces move and all of that. It just never grabbed my imagination. So it was just like, I just never really got into it. Yes, retro. I'm doing these every Saturday at 8. West Coast, or Pacific time, or California time, however you want to say it. I wonder if I could. Trying to figure out a way of kind of tapping and tracing it out at the same time, but it seems weird. I'm too awkward, I guess. Well, maybe I could. I don't know. Can I tap with one finger while I'm? This is like one of those. Here, if I can turn it around. It's like rubbing your head and patting your stomach at the same time. It's very weird. Do I like checkers? I did as a kid. I haven't played checkers in a gazillion years. Yeah, I think you're right. I think tracing and then doing. And now we'll go over here. We'll do some more tracing around it. Tapping. I don't think I have a rating in this. You know what I mean? I guess I've won a few games, but not in anything like a tournament or anything like that at all ever. But I've lost way more games than I won. But my day's been okay, Saya. Let's do some more tracing, I guess, here. When I used to play checkers retro, it was usually with my great aunt. She was a big fan of checkers, so we would play checkers a lot. She was my mom's sister. And when I was very young, she was like a nanny to me. Scrabble, I don't know. I mean, I haven't played Scrabble in a long time. I don't think I'm very good at Scrabble, but I could try to figure out a way of doing that, because Scrabble tiles would be good for ASMR, wouldn't they? I mean, anything that kind of makes makes any kind of clicky noises. Seems to work well for ASMR. Well, my estimated little would play would be sucks. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I'll put this. Where am I going to put this? I guess I'll put it over here. Have a little drink of water. And let's see. Well, you're welcome, Saya. Well, thanks for the compliment. That's really nice. And we're going to have another break shortly, just to give you a heads up that's coming in less than 4 minutes. And this time there will be commercial break. So I'm going to click the manual button. I've decided I'm going to try doing it that way rather than let YouTube do it, because that way, you know, I can have some control and warn you that it's coming up and that kind of thing. Yeah, sea glass, yeah. You know, I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to use the brush here for a little bit for the remaining time before the break. You know, I think I should get some more brushes so I could have some variety of brushes. I think I should get some makeup brushes. Those seem to work really well. Invisible water bottle. Was the water bottle invisible? Go ahead, let me see. Oh, wow. It's because it's blue. I didn't even think about it. It's, you know, just a blue plastic water bottle, you know, like that. Yeah. It's funny as hell. That's really, really funny. Oh, you know, that gives me an idea. Because I have the my rain jacket and then my windbreaker are both blue, and they're both, I've worn them before in videos to do crinkle noises. I think I'm going to do, the next time I do a crinkle video, I'm going to wear those, or one of them at least anyway, and you know, it'll be just like my head will be the only thing you can see, like my face with my beard, right? That might be funny. I don't know what to do with it other than that, but yikes. All right. Well, I'm glad my laugh is relaxing, because otherwise it would be a drag for you guys, because, you know, especially with MSC here, you know, he sends me off a lot. Oh, well, there will be I will certainly be doing some stuff with where's the good old chunk of wood? It's down there, yeah. So it's in my pile of trigger devices or stuff or whatever we want to call it. Switch over here for a little bit. You know, let me know. I'm curious to know what ad break will be, you know what I mean? So let me know what if they give you an ad and what it is, if you don't mind, you know. If you don't feel like chiming in, that's okay. Okay, what's about to happen? Oh no. Let me go over here. Okay, I will see you guys in a few minutes. Okay, I am back. And it looks like everybody, timer-wise, is running like they're supposed to. I remember last time something happened, and it was one of the times when the pest and the greedy one went off simultaneously, and something weird happened, and I had to restart the program for some reason. Anyway, it is what it is. Okay, so I was going to pick a different, pick the good old chunk of wood. How about that? And since it was mentioned, I will start with brushing on the end grain. I'll do some tapping on it a little bit later, but let's do here I should do the brush. Oops, almost dropped the brush there. Brushing on the end grain so you can actually see it happening, yeah. I like that sound too. Yes, Retro, I am happy with the uptick and stuff. Yeah, I try to keep the breaks pretty short. But it just seems like the only way that I could really, nag myself too about, making sure that I take breaks and stand up and stuff because of my back. But it seemed like that's the only way I was going to be able to do longer shows. And everybody, well, give the people what they want, right? Everybody wanted longer shows, so. The other day I was running some errands, so I was out and about walking around, and I was on this road, and there's this bridge where the road goes over this creek, and I always kind of pause there and look at the creek, just to watch it flowing by, and sometimes there's ducks on it and that kind of thing. And the sad thing is there's always just crap people throw down there. It's just like, oh man, it's a nice little creek, why you gotta throw crap down there? Anyway, the other day when I was walking by, I stopped and, hey, look at the creek. And there was this little house cat sitting on a rock in the middle of the creek. And it was weird. It was like, how did you get out there? What are you doing out there? Usually house cats, at least the house cats I've known, don't like water. Like the cats that I remember us having, they didn't like bathing, once you bathe in them or anything like that. Yeah, I like making the geography content. I mean, part of it gets to be a little silly because, I'm getting pretty good at parts of remembering a lot of the stuff, you know what I mean? So it feels a little like I'm just, I don't know, kind of showboating a bit, but I also come to realize that it works because it's it's just like if I was just to say a list of words, right? Because that's really what it comes down to, right? But since I'm, doing it and there's pictures and, little segments of map and all that kind of thing going on. Oops, don't bang the microphone bell. So I think as an ASMR delivery mechanism, it's really good. And, if, maybe some people will actually, it'll be, more exposure of capital names and stuff like that. And, maybe it'll help them too. Who knows? Who knows? All right, let's go back over here again. Then I'll do some tapping. Let's do this like that, yeah. Like that, yeah. How does that? Oops, my phone. Hang on a second. Sorry about that. I just forgot to turn the ringer off, so it is now turned off. And I will get back to whoever it is later. What was I doing? I was doing the chunk of wood. Where I set it down. Hang on. Holy mackerel. That was jarring, wasn't it? His dad called. I don't know if it was my dad. I don't know. I should go look, but I don't think it was my dad. Anyways, oops. I'll do it the other way, dude, so people can see what's going on. Actually, my dad knows I do the streaming, right? He would just come on if he needed to say something to me. He'd just come on and say, hey, dude, I need you to go to the store for me after you're done or something like that. Although it'd be kind of late, right? 10:20 at night. What's my dad going to send me to the store for? Oh, that's not a bad idea, James, Doing something about the dogs. That might be kind of fun. I will think on that. I suppose maybe I could do one on the humans too. I don't know. Maybe not. let's do some tapping. First off with the pads of my fingers. Do I often run errands for my dad? Oh, no, not really. I mean, I will sometimes. A lot of times we'll do things together. He bought himself an electric assist tricycle. And so a lot of times, you know, he'll ride that and I'll walk and we'll go, you know, like do grocery shopping or over to where the drugstore is or the post office or, you know, that kind of stuff. I guess if I respond to you in a manner that suggests that I kind of know who you are, MSE, then you're one of the intimate viewers. Grab the camera, let's do a live tour. I missed that one, Rob. You know, I still like the idea of trying to do a live tour at some point. I just need to come up with the money to be able to get it off the ground. You just know, right? Now let's do some. Yeah, I'm glad I have my dad still too. Say hello everyone, you're live on YouTube. Yep. Yeah, I did get a new camera. I've had it, it's been a couple of months now. I mean, it's nothing super fancy. It's the OBS bot. It doesn't do 4K, it only does 1080. But I didn't think anybody really needed to see me in 4K detail, you know what I mean? But it seems to do much better with, you know, well, like the green screen stuff works better. I think just, you know, the settings and trying to get, you know, contrast and balance and all that kind of stuff seems to just respond better. You know, I don't know. I guess that makes sense, right? You know, it's a better camera. I'm glad, Bushwhacker. Glad you like him. And thank you for the compliment, too. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm liking the mind test thing. Every beard follicle, yikes. Oh, man. You know, it makes me think of those close-up segments on Ren and Stimpy. Holy mackerel. How loud are the dog's footsteps upstairs coming through for you guys? Because they actually seem kind of loud in here, but the way the mic is pointed, I'm thinking that they may not be picking up very much. They're yapping. Okay, cool. Thanks, Matt. Oh, wait, I just thought it was a hero. That's funny, my grandma. Yeah, I'd prefer to leave politics out of the streams because I get too wound up. I mean, I think a lot of you know that I'm pretty much a, you know, I'm actually a left-wing guy. You know. So yeah, we'll just leave that be. Oops, okay, we're almost down to time for another break. And I think when we come back from the next break, maybe I'll do some more Mastermind for at least part of it. Maybe I'll do some Sokoban, I don't know. Seems like maybe it'd be good to do a little bit of game playing. Okay, let's put this over here. guess, well, there won't be commercials this time. It'll just be me taking a break. That's all. 3, 2, 1. Oops, it did it again. Oh no. Okay, well, I will fix the timers when I come back. All right, let me see if I can sort out this flippin' timer thing. All right, well, I'll go ahead and kick off the pest timer, and we'll got to redo those again, don't I? So let's do this one. I need one for 20 minutes. Oops. And that'll be for, you know, I'm just going to call it next ad. Oops. Ad. How about that? And end of show in an hour and, what is it, hour and 17 minutes. So let's do one for that. Oops. For an hour and this is okay, we'll see if that works. I don't know why it crashes sometimes and doesn't others. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Yeah. I guess you have to live with some bad things, right? Okay, what have I missed as far as comments and things like that? Okay. Oh, right, okay, so yeah, I was caught up. All right, so what am I doing? I was tapping on the wood. Oh, I was going to play games this time. So let's go back to here. Let's go to here. Now let me go to here. Here we go. And that. And okay, it is one blue. So we'll just stick it there. And we'll try yellow. Nope. No yellow, and we got the blue in the wrong spot. So let's put the blue there and we'll try green. Okay, good news is the green has to go where the blue is because that's the only spot left for it. But we still got 2 more spots to try for blue, so let's just pick that one. Now we'll throw in the pink. Alright, well we know that green is the one that was correct. And we now know that blue has to go here. It's the only place left. So now it's just a matter of filling in these last 2 spots. Okay, white is in one of them. Let's assume the left-hand one to start with. And now we'll throw in the black one here. Okay, so green and blue, we already know are correct for sure. So these 2 white ones have to be referring to the black and white, so they just have to get switched. And voila. And okay, if I miss comments, it appears so. So let's go back and get those real quick. You know, I don't know. I saw the first one, I think, of the Mission Impossible movies. I couldn't tell you anything about the plot, so I might not have. I don't know. Yeah, probably not. I mean, if it comes to streaming relatively soon, I might. Yeah, I don't really go to theaters that often, mostly because I can't. It's a 50-50 or less that I'll be able to sit comfortably, you know, because of my back for the duration of the film. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go to here again. Oh, look at that bitch. All right. Red. No red. Blue. There is blue. Let's throw in yellow. Okay, and again, we know where the yellow goes right here because it's the only place left for it to go. Wow, okay, that was nice. So yellow, blue, and which green? I'll pick the left, just, you know, to have one arbitrarily. Nope, okay, so we know yellow and blue are correct. So we'll just switch these 2. That'll be fine. EPIA, okay, I got some more comments again. All right. Oh, you mean as far as Mission Impossible? I actually like the old TV show. I haven't watched them again, so I don't know, you know, what I would think about them now as far as, you know. But I used to really enjoy them. I thought the whole I liked the team aspect of it a lot, and that everybody had their weird little thing, their specialty to do, you know. I don't know, I just liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. But, yeah, who knows, I might think it's cheesy as hell nowadays. So I guess I'd have to say I prefer the old TV show. You know, let's allow duplicates, why not? Just for spice things up a little bit. Okay, we got one red one, okay. There we go. You know, one thing I think I'm going to buy, because somebody made the comment in the last mind test video that they thought that since I was doing the tapping sounds on the keyboard, that they thought that a mechanical keyboard sounded better. So I think I might buy a mechanical keyboard just for doing mind tests, because I like the one I have. I mean, it's not the best one, but it's pretty good because I like them having that ergonomic kind of curve to them, or the, you know, the angle thing between the. All right, so which one? That one. So if I'm actually doing any amount of typing, I prefer to have that kind of the odd shape thing. But I'm not really doing typing when I'm playing mind test, am I? I'm, you know, just tapping on various keys. So that ergonomic aspect isn't really that important. Okay, we know what this will be now. VHS. That's funny. All right, let's go back and let's play another one. And red is in. Let's try. Nope, the blue is not in. And the red's not in the right place yet either. So let's move it and try the yellow. Okay. We got the red in the right spot now. It's just a matter of picking the correct yellow. So I'll just start at the very left. Let's see. Let's do green. Okay, so we know the red, but the yellow hasn't been chosen properly yet. So now let's throw in the pink. Hey, what do you know? So that I'll just say it's the left-hand one. And now let's put in the white and we'll see if I picked the correct pink. I did, but white's not in the puzzle, so it doesn't matter. Black, or will it be purple? It was black. Okay. Let's do another one of those. Oh, what is the time getting to be, by the way? Oh, we got plenty of time. Plenty of time, I tell you. All right. Okay. We haven't found anything yet. Still nothing. Still nothing. Was it going to be like all four purple? Wouldn't that be hilarious? Hey, there's a pink. All right. Oh, wow. Okay. So, which of these is it? You know what I mean? Let's say let's just move the pink one along, right? That's really the only thing we can do. Nope. So let's do this one. I mean, we've got, two more to try, so. Nope, still not right. It will be this time, though, because that's all there is left to try. Voila. Okay. All right, let's do that again. Then I'll maybe do some. I want to do more on the chunk of wood, or I'll do either I'll do either the folio thing or the crinkle bag, one or the other. I don't know. Hey, we got blue. And we got blue and yellow. What do you know? Guess the blue right out of the bat. Let's stick in the green. Wow, what do you know? So we have the blue, we have the yellow, we got the incorrect green, so we know it goes there now. Now it's just which of these three colors? Nope. So blue, yellow, green. Let's try the black one. What do you know? All right, let's do again the red. Hey, there's a red one. Let's try the blue now. Okay, there is a blue one, but we have not picked the correct red one yet, so. Oh wow, okay, so now they're all in there. It's just a matter of which one's which. So let's keep these two the same, and let's flip these two. Nope. Let's put those ones back for a minute, just so I can look at what I'm doing. Blank and blank. All right, so let's say all right, so maybe it's the two yellow that are right, and it's these two that need to be switched around. Yeah, what do you think? All right, here we go. And let's try the blue. No blue either. Let's try the yellow. No yellow either. Hey, there's a green. All right. And, okay. No pink, and green hasn't been positioned properly yet. And no white either, so let's move green again. Oops, nope. Green goes there. It's a red one. Ink, ink, ink. Let's try the black one now. All right, so let's say those two black ones. And now the purple. Yeah, what do you know? I was a little bit lucky guessing the purple one there correctly. Okay, hang on. There we go. Hey James, good to see you too. Groovy. Thanks for coming by, man. Okay, let's... Oops, no red. No blue. No yellow. Hey, there's green. Okay, well, again, we don't know which one it is, so moving the green and just trying one of the three of the pink. All right, so they're both wrong. So let's just move them each over one. And now let's stick in the black one. Okay. Let me think about this now. I can't switch this with this. I can't switch this with this. But I could switch those two. What else can switch? I guess these two could switch, couldn't they? No, because the pink one would go back. That doesn't make sense. I've already ruled that out, right? All right, so let's try that. I'm going to say that it's black and black like that. And we're going to say pink goes there and green goes here. What do you know? Okay, I got comments again, it looks like. Okay, let's see. Okay, Retro, thanks for coming by, man, and have a good night's sleep. The garden is, well, slow going, just because, well, it's a lot of work and all of that, and I'm just a slow human. But I did get some more plants. Oh, actually, you know what? I can, bear with me. I can show you guys. You know what? I'll show you guys the plants after the next break. They're actually in a bucket over there, and, well, I'll show you, and then you'll see. So you'll see some of the plants I bought before they even go into the ground. How's that? Oh, man. Yeah, they're going to go in tomorrow. I got, let's see, 8. And they're little tiny things. So, but that's what I've been doing, is planting little things and hoping that they will grow and be bigger than little things. Here, I'm going to go ahead and go back to this. And I will, for the last little minute here before the next break, I will just brush on the microphones for a second or two. Let's brush on this one over there too. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. How about over here? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And back over to here. Just a little bit. And just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, so the one of them just went off. I wait and let them so that they're more closer together time-wise before I kick them both off. And there will be an ad this time, so just warning you. Ads coming up in like 8, 7, 6, 5. Right? Okay, so let's start this one first, and then this one like this. Actually, well, the next ad one is wrong, but anyway, so here you go. Okay, I'm back now, and okay, so I'm going to fix the one timer thing. because the next add one, let me do that, because the next ad's not going to be till 10, so that's like well, this will be 37 or whatever minutes. Let's do that. So make a new one at, so what did I say, 37 minutes? That's probably like 36 now, right? And let's just call it 37 and leave it be. Like, there we go. All right. Yeah, I'll worry about it later. Okay, so I did bring the plants over, so I have this bucket of small things. So there's a whole bunch of them together, and I will bring them up. So there are, I guess, let's see, there's 4 different things. Is that right? So I have some fuchsia, I have some yarrow, I have a buckwheat, and then I have some sticky monkey flower. Is that it? That's it, yes. So this is, I think, what is this going to be? Okay, so this is the buckwheat stuff. It will make a bunch of these little kind of pinkish red clusters of flowers. Okay, and I think these two, this one next to it here, yeah, these are the, oopsie daisy, let go, let go. Well, it doesn't want to let go, so I guess I will do something about that here in a minute. There we go. All right. Well, anyway, so here, this is the fuchsia. I mean, it doesn't have any flowers on it yet, but it will be. So I have 2 of those. And here, if I can get the sticky monkey to come apart now. So there we go. Is that what this is? Yeah, sticky monkey. And this should have like some kind of yellow-orange flowers when they get to doing that. And what's, oh, and the yarrow. I have 3 of these little yarrows. So you can, they're just tiny little things right now. But anyway, so that's what's going to get planted tomorrow. And that'll be it for planting for a while, because I want to see how they start to develop and fill in, and you know, all of that. And I want it to be a nice, dense, lush sort of gardeny place, but I also don't want to have them, you know, over competing with each other, kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, up here comes the invisible water. That's funny. That's funny. Okay, so what am I doing now? I guess I'm going to let's do I changed my mind. I was going to do the roller before, but now I think I'm going to do the crinkle bag first. So we'll do crinkle stuff first. Let's just check all this stuff out, and yeah, I can just put it here like this. And we'll start with some italicized plastic snack bar wrapper. Italicized plastic snack bar wrapper. Italicized plastic snack bar wrapper. Okay, Oh yeah, James. So yeah, I have. Well, I have well. I've planned the spots where I want the yellows and the fuchsias and the pink and everything to go, so they're kind of offset each other and kind of, you know what I mean. So there'll be some interest. At least I hope. We'll find out. When it starts looking better, I'll take pictures and I'll make another drawing of it, because I had a drawing somewhere, but it's not. It doesn't represent what's happening anymore because I've changed my mind about a lot of the plants. So the show and tell bit about the garden is a little. The plans have changed and evolved. This is permanent. But yeah, so the colors are going to be, well, the pink for the buckwheat, well, pink and red, mostly pink really though, and then yellow for this, well, yellow and orange, kind of yellow-orange, I guess, really, for the sticky monkey, and red for the fuchsias, and then the yarrow will just be white. But then I also have some coyote mint that I've already planted, that those are going to be purple flowers. So yeah, pinks, red, yellow, purple. Don't have any blue though. But I think there will be blue in the other part of the yard. This is just like one small little part of the yard. But I figured I'd start, you know, bite off one small bit and see how it goes. And and as I, you know, have capacity, I'll try to, you know, do more. Enough of this one. Let's get a different crinkle happening, shall we? See, I guess I will just, I'll just put it all over there. I'll clean it up later. And this one barely has anything. No, well, I guess some part of it does still have air in it. Yeah, I guess it's not as feeble as I was thinking. That one while I do this one. Do the sort of the Leslie one and this one at the same time. two different bubble wrap pouches. This one over here is slightly bigger bubbles. This one's slightly smaller bubbles. I really like this crinkly noises. So I guess this is a 2-minute warning, more or less, for the next break, which will be, well, I suppose it should have happened at 9:40 if everything was timed out right, but since I've had such issues with the timers, it's out of sequence, I guess, a little bit, but nonetheless, there won't be another ad until 10, so this one will just be me taking a quick break to go stretch out my back for a quick second. Okay, time for the next, or this current break anyway, so. Okay, I'm back. Okay, what do I want to do now? Oh, I think I will. I will leave the crinkle bag stuff out because I might revisit some of it. Who knows? Oh, you know what I haven't done yet today is the jar. I like the jar. Is that my name is Caden So? Well, hello. Okay, Caden, I will call you Caden. Thanks for coming by. Hello. hope you have a good time. Oops, don't bang the microphone, Bill. All right, let's do some. Hey, the Wizard Tuesday man. Aloha. Hey, Silas the Great. Thank you very much, man. That is super generous. Okay, so, hey, Silas. Thank you very much. So we know how this goes, gang, right? We do the 3 cheers. So everybody give Silas some, kudos and say thanks and all that kind of stuff. And hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. And the crowd goes, oh. Remember you from last week. The name seems vaguely familiar, but in all honesty, you guys kind of all start to blend together. You know what I mean? There's so many more of you than there are of me. So hopefully that doesn't seem, too offensive or something to you. But yeah, the name seems vaguely familiar. Oh, wow. And the Wizard Tuesday. Holy mackerel, man. Thank you very much. And again, so we say, hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. And the crowd goes, oh. Oh. Oh, right, yeah, going into the Navy. Right, because you're still finishing up your education. Nuclear thing, right? Sub or carrier sort of thing was your kind of thinking, yeah? Am I remembering that right? Well, I'm glad, Alex, that you are a big fan, and welcome to the live stream, man. Yeah. Okay, what am I doing? I was tapping on the jar, wasn't I? Yes, that's what I was doing. So let's go back to tapping on the jar. So, Silas, any news on your plans for the Navy thing, or is it all still just kind of percolating along? So you say your last year of high school, is it this year now that you're finishing up? Or is this year finishing up your junior year and you have one more year to go? Because I was thinking that you were like almost done, like imminently almost done. staying for the treble. That's a good idea, man. I really like these jar noises too. Okay. Let's go back this way a little bit. Right, I'm not catching any charges. Well, you know, just behave yourselves, you know, like within, you know, reasonable parameters, yeah? No going out on, you know, mass murder sprees or anything like that, right? I have not streamed on Twitch yet, no. So I have, you know, I've not even really spent any time on Twitch, so I'm not even sure what it's like to be a consumer over there, let alone a creator. You know, I am going to do a live mind test at some point, Alex. Yeah, it's definitely going to happen. I just haven't decided exactly how and when I'm going to do it. Because I was thinking, do I want to do it on a Monday? You know what I mean? I don't know. So I don't know. But probably fairly soon. I'm not, my thinking is I don't know if Monday's the best day to do the live thing or not, you know what I mean? So I guess, yeah, that's, you know, one thing I have to figure out. Gotta do cool stuff, right on. Huh. I'll have to look into what it would take for me to stream over there while I'm doing these. Because, I mean, if it's, you know, if that's kind of the thing that people do, then maybe I should just do that. You know, if it just broadens the audience, then it just broadens the audience, right? What do I want to do more of? I'm going to do some more of the brushing on the microphones. I don't know why, that just has been something I've been enjoying myself for a while, so. Do some brushing on the microphone. Let's go to this one over here. We don't want to. Got to make sure each side gets there, you know. An appropriate amount of brushing, right? Oops, hang on. Yeah, you're probably right, Silas. That's the thing that has me kind of wondering when it would be. Because this just sort of evolved into the time. You know, I mean, as far as this being always at 8. Because I tried moving it around a lot. And I don't know, I don't think that was, you know, my idea was that it would be, you know, more people would have access to being able to, you know, come check out the live stream. And it just didn't seem to work out that way, at least the way I was hoping anyway. So anyway, it just sort of evolved into, you know, this is Saturday nights at, you know, 8 for me. But I'm just not sure when would be a good time for a game thing. You know, I don't know, like, I don't know. I'll think about it. Maybe I should look around and see what other time frames other people are using for which sorts of things, if there seems to be sort of anything that makes sense, or is it you just kind of just try and see. But I'm thinking I'll probably only do like a few mind test live streams a year, you know what I mean? Like I'm not planning on doing it like every month or anything like that, I don't think. Because it's really only like 2 episodes of mind test a month anyway, since it's every other week. And as I've said before, I like doing the mind test things. I think they're fun. And people seem to like them, right? So it's a win-win, like win for me, win for you guys. But again, I don't want to turn my channel into mind test only, you know? I like making the other, you know, like trigger videos or I guess this Monday is going to be a physical game Monday. So I don't know what it's going to be just yet, but yeah, let's go back over here. Right now, this is my only job. That's funny. Clean his mics. So people are, are they coming home or are they going out? Okay, so we're a minute and some odd away from the last break. And this one will have an ad, just so you've been forewarned. Hopefully it won't be anything too noisy or intrusive, but I still got to figure out a better way of doing these timer things. And I'm pretty pleased with the whole idea of, that I just take a break every 20 minutes and then every other break is, an ad break. I like that idea. And it seems to work well with the whole 2-hour and 20-minute thing is a good time for, me to give you guys a fair amount of live stream, and as well as also me not, overdoing it and feeling all kind of worn out afterwards. Anyway, oops. Bob Ross with a mic, right? Yeah, that's the thing. I gotta get some makeup brush, but I also should get like a little fan brush, shouldn't I? So I could do those types of things, Okay, so one of the things went. So I don't know what the hell's going on over here, but all right. We don't really need any of these except for, wait. All right, well, you know what? I will sort that out when I come back. How's that? All right, I'm back, but it seems like the timer thing is messed up. It's not responding. All right, well, I'm just going to make it be invisible, and I will just not worry about it, and I'll try to fix it for before next live stream. I don't know. Maybe I should just figure out a different method. What do we have here now? Yeah. I'm going to stream until this will end at 10:20. Okay, Caden, have a good night. Glad you came by. But yeah, so the time frame is 8 p.m. till 10:20 p.m. California West Coast time every Saturday. Yeah. I'm going to do, let's tap on some wood. That chunk of wood. Good night, Silas. Thanks for coming by. Oh, it's okay. I appreciate the Circle Herc. Good name. I have a clock that I can see that's just fine, but yeah, I don't know what it is. I thought the timer thing was working so well, but it seems that the timer program that I have is maybe not the best one. I don't know. I think there's another one I can get out of the repository that maybe it's because I think I had it on before. I don't remember why it was I switched. Let's cover it here a little bit. You know what's a interesting bit of ASMR stuff I've seen a couple of now that I found, well, depending on the, where you're at in your headspace and all that, it can be really effective ASMR. At least it has been for me a couple of times. Is people have taken masses that a Catholic mass, and it's, I guess it's something or other mass, just the quiet parts, right? So it's like you don't really hear the guy doing any talking. You just hear these like little whispery, mumbly things, and then the stuff that he's doing with the various artifacts for the various rituals, little clinks and tappings and those kind of noises. Something that makes me proud to be an American. I don't know how to answer that, to be honest. I've never been somebody who is... I tend to think of governments and things like that as they're supposed to be things that serve a function. You know what I mean? I don't have a relationship with it that is something that I'm proud of. You know what I mean? I don't know. I've always been, my head is, well, whatever. It just doesn't fit my headspace very well as far as, where I think about being proud of being an American. I suppose I could say, that there's some of the things that the country has done in its past that have been, worthwhile. As far as human rights and those types of things, I think those things are good and worthwhile. So, I suppose we can be proud of, having made some effort in, those arenas. I guess the 4th is coming up, isn't it? Yeah. Well, yeah, the fact that, I know a lot of people get really uptight and upset about things, like, when people say burn a flag and, in protest to a thing. And it's like, yeah, but you're right, though. That's one of the things, the fact that you can actually do the protest is an important thing. I feel like I should try a different thing here now for a few minutes. Oh, you know what? I haven't done the little notebook folio thing. Alex, when I started this channel, I had no real expectation of, what to, I didn't know what to expect. I had hoped that people would like stuff that I did, and I am super pleased that they do, and it's sort of a mixed thing, right? When you start doing well, or I guess I should say when I started doing well, or it started improving, or however you want to say it, part of me gets, very pleased. It's good for, your self-esteem or whatever, that, people like what you do. But there's also the other part of it is, as it starts to improve, you get excited, like, ooh, you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting, more and more people are liking me, and it becomes, this sort of seductive thing, doesn't it, So on one hand, it's like you want to be mindful of making things that, people like, but, at the same time, you don't want to become a slave to the whims of others, Okay, we've only got about 2 minutes left. So if anybody's got any last minute questions before we do the thing, let me look at the calendar just so I can have my head around what's going on. So I guess the next stream will be on the 5th, so of course 8 p.m., you know, we all know how that goes. And thanks, Circle Herc. Or Circle Herc, that's just, I don't know, that just kills me, man. So, yeah, anyway, I'm glad. Thanks for coming by. I'm glad you had a good time. Okay, Alex, I hope to see you next week. Actually, I hope to see all you guys next week. Let me know if you had any fun picnics or, you know, some such thing. So come armed with your tales of debauchery and, well, if you saw any good fireworks or, you know, maybe somebody, you know, gave a good speech or something, I don't know. Let me know what you did and how good it was. Okay, gang, so that'll be it for this week's show, and I hope to see you in a week from a couple of hours ago. Aloha, siblings.